Hi, this is Chris of VitaminCM.com, and today we're going to talk about the tags on the MP3s on your computer. I'm in iTunes right now, and I'm looking at some of my music. Now, iTunes does a nice job of organizing all your music, and it uses the tags in the MP3 file to do this. However, what it doesn't do is it won't look up missing information on files that you have or songs that you have. So let's say you got a bunch of songs on your computer and they came from places like other than the iTunes Music Store, and they don't have all the tags neatly embedded in them. I have a playlist here that has a bunch of those kind of songs. If I click on it, you'll see all these songs. They have the name of the song, the name of the artist, and the album, but they don't have the genre, the year, the track number. Most of them are missing the album art. And this is a pain, but what you can do is use a software called FixTunes, which is free, to clean this all up. So I'm going to close iTunes. Now I'm going to open up FixTunes so I can repair some of those missing tags on my MP3 files. When I start it up for the first time, I'll click Next, and then click Next again. And it's going to ask you a couple questions, whether you want to use iTunes to organize and play your music, or do you know where the songs are? Do you want to search your computer? Now, typically, I would suggest you check Use iTunes, but for what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to check I know which folder my songs are in. So it's going to ask me where they are, and I have these songs in a special folder for this demonstration. So I'll go there and I'll say finished. So it's going to go through the process of looking up all the music in that folder and adding it to your library. Now, what I want to do is go down here to this button. It says select all, so that will select all the songs, and then I'll say look up selected. So it's going to go out and look up the missing information from all these different songs. Now, if you have a lot of songs, this could take a really long time. So once it's done looking up all your information, you can go back and click select all again, and then you can click this button here. It says fix, and it says you're about to fix a large number of songs, blah blah blah. So say yes, you want to fix them. Then it's going to ask which tags you want to fix, so you're going to replace the tags here with the tags they have. Say next. It will also fix your file names if you want to fix your file names, and it's nice to keep them neat, like artist and then title, so forth. So I'll say yes, change the file names. Then it's going to ask if you want to put the files in a different folder once they're renamed. I'm just going to say no, I'll keep them in the same folder. I'll click next, and I'll check remember these settings and say finish. So pretty much just does all that stuff to your files, and once you've done that, you can go up here, click fixed, and you'll notice it will start to list all the songs that it fixed. Okay, now that all my tags have been fixed, I'm back in iTunes in that same playlist, missing tags. And if you notice, the tags aren't updated here. Well, what you need to do is now go back to these same songs and select them all. I just did Control A to select all. Right click and say Get Info. This will open up and you can change any of the information in these tags that you want here, but you don't want to change anything. You just want to click OK, and what this will do is then it will go back and it will check all the tags in any of the songs that were fixed. Now you'll see a couple things happen. A lot of the tags were updated and brought in. If you notice, if I sort, you'll see they start showing up. And then one of the other things you'll notice is you'll see some of the songs have this little exclamation point, and the reason that that's there is because that file is no longer there. And if you remember, towards the end of that process of looking up the tags, it changed the file names. Well, now the song isn't where it's supposed to be because the file name's different, so iTunes doesn't know where to find it, and we can find that no problem. But let's just delete these. So I'll select them, and then I'll hit Control Shift Delete, and that will take them out of the library. And you can just go through any of these that got changed. You could just manually delete them out. Another nice thing you can do, if you select all these files and right click, if you say Get Album Artwork, now that the tags are pretty much right on these, iTunes will go out and look up any of these albums that are in the iTunes Music Store and download the album art from the iTunes Music Store, which is high resolution art, and it looks pretty nice. Once iTunes is finished looking up all of your album art, you can click on the cover flow icon up here, and you'll see it. Not only did it find most of the missing tags, but it looked up the album artwork for a bunch of these albums. It doesn't get all of them, but gets a lot of them. So this is a nice way to maintain and update your MP3